Hello students, good morning. Ninth standard chemistry lesson matter around us, and we have been discussing this lesson. In this lesson we have completed two topics, and today in this video the concept we are going to discuss is separation of components of a mixture. Dear students, in the previous video we have seen about what is called as mixture, what are the types of mixtures and the differences between compounds and mixtures. So those everything we have completed in the previous video, and now in this video what we are going to see is how to separate the components of a mixture. Can we recollect what are called as mixture? Mixtures are the compounds obtained by mixing two or more components physically. There is no chemical connectivity between one component and another component in a mixture. Okay, that is called as mixture, that we know already. Then in this video, how to separate the components of a mixture. If you are given a particular compound, if you are given a particular mixture, how you can separate the components present in a mixture, that we are going to see now. In your book there are so many techniques given, but we will discuss only about two methods. Those are sublimation and the one more method is distillation. So those two methods we are going to discuss now. What are they? Sublimation and the one more is distillation. First let me tell you for what kind of mixtures sublimation is applicable and for what kind of mixtures distillation is applicable. So that I am going to say now. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Now look here. Sublimation. This is a separation technique and which can be employed for the separation of a volatile component from a non-volatile compound. For this we can have many examples. For example, if you are given a mixture of sand and camphor, a mixture of stone and naphthalene. Okay, come to the first example, sand and camphor. Camphor is nothing but karpuram. We have been commonly using in our house, no? That is camphor. And when you are given the mixture of sand and camphor, here camphor is a volatile one. What is called as volatility? That I have taken in the next picture. Look this picture. What happens here? Automatically vapors are coming from a solid substance. Okay, so this ability of a molecule, this ability of converting itself from solid state to vapor state, that is called as volatility. They can be easily evaporated. Such ability of a molecule is called as volatility. Okay. Okay, so this sublimation method is mainly employed for the separation of a volatile component. If you are given the mixture of sand and camphor, here camphor is volatile, that we know already. If we keep open the camphor for some days, what will happen? Automatically its size gets reduced. It's due to what? It is due to the vaporization, or we can say it is due to the sublimation of camphor. Okay, okay. So for such kind of mixtures, a mixture of volatile and a non-volatile compound, in such case what can be used? This sublimation method can be used in order to separate the components of that mixture. Is it clear? Yes. Now come to the second method of separation of mixture, that is distillation. In this method there is a condition given. This method is employed for the separation of two liquids which are miscible. What are called as miscible liquids? Do you know? Miscible liquids in the sense, those two liquids can be mixed thoroughly. They can be mixed without forming any distinct layers. They will be uniform throughout after mixing. That is called as miscible liquids. So it should be applied for a mixture of miscible liquids, but those two liquids should have the boiling point difference more than 25 Kelvin. That is the essential thing have to be followed when we use the second method, that is distillation method, in order to separate the components of a mixture. Is it clear? What are the methods we are going to see now? There are two methods. One method we will see in this video, then next method we will see in the coming video. Okay, sublimation alone we will discuss now, then distillation we will discuss in the coming video. Okay, dear students, now tell me, sublimation method can be applied for which kind of mixtures? It can be applied for the mixtures in which one component must be volatile. Okay, we need not worry about the remaining compounds. One component must be volatile in nature. Okay, then distillation is a process can be applied for two miscible liquids in which the boiling point difference must be greater than 25 Kelvin. Okay, okay. Now let us see the sublimation process. So before discussing about sublimation, I have shown you about volatile substances that I have told you in the previous slide itself. Okay, what are called as volatile substances. Now come here. We are going to define what is called as sublimation. Okay, read the text. What is given here? Certain solid substances. Okay, it is not a property possessed by all the solid substances. Only certain substances will possess this property. Okay, so certain solid substances, when they are heated, when we heat certain solid substances, what happens? They change, they convert themselves into vapor state without attaining liquid state. So that ability of a solid state molecule is called as sublimation, and this process is called as sublimation. Is it clear, students? What is given? Certain solid substances, when heated, they change directly from solid state to gaseous state without attaining liquid state. So that ability of a molecule is called as sublimation. This process is also called as sublimation. Is it clear? Okay. Now, this is the pictorial representation of sublimation processes. This you have to look very carefully because this is very, very important. How to carry out this process is very, very important. So, let me tell you the parts of this sublimation processes here. This one is burner, which is used for heating purposes. Okay, and this is called as china dish. Okay, it is a bowl-like structure. When your school reopens, I will bring you to the laboratory and show you all the apparatus. Okay, so this is china dish. It is like a bowl-shaped one. Okay, and this is a funnel, glass funnel, and it is placed in an inverted manner. Inverted means thalai keelaga. Okay, so a funnel is placed in an inverted manner, and the open end of the funnel is closed using a piece of cotton. Why there is a necessity of this piece of cotton? See, when we heat this reaction mixture, the vapors will come out and they should not escape from this funnel. That is why the open end of the funnel is closed by using a piece of cotton. Is it clear, students? Okay, and between this china dish and this funnel, there will be a perforated, which means holes are made in that sheet. So we have to use an asbestos sheet, which is separating one between the china dish and the inverted funnel. So this is the pictorial representation of sublimation. What are the things we need? We need a burner, we need a burner, then we need a china dish, we need an asbestos sheet to cover this, then we need a funnel and a piece of cotton, and in this china dish the reaction mixture which is to be separated is taken. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, now I have easily listed the steps involved in the sublimation processes. There are 3 steps given in the sublimation process. Let us discuss them one by one. First, have a look on step number 1. Okay, step number 1 is nothing but heating the reaction mixture. We have to take the reaction mixture in this china dish. Here the reaction mixture is. Okay, so we have to take the reaction mixture in the china dish and it has to be heated by using the burner. That is step number 1. Then come to step number 2. What is given in step number 2? Formation of the vapors of volatile component. As I have already told you, the components which is to be separated using sublimation process, here out of the components present, one must be volatile. So when we heat the reaction mixture, the volatile compound forms its vapors and it is trying to come out of this inverted funnel. Let me show you again the picture now. I am heating this reaction mixture. Because of this heating from this reaction mixture, only the volatile component forms vapors and it is trying to come out of the inverted funnel, but the open end is closed, no, so it is not allowed to go out of the inverted funnel. It remains inside the funnel itself. Okay, now we need the volatile component in a separate container. Okay, so that is step number 3. In order to get the volatile component, what we have to do is we have to shut the burner and the reaction mixture has to be cooled. When we cool the vapors, when vapors are cooled, then the vapors can be converted back to their original state, that is their solid state. So by doing this, the components can be easily separated. The non-volatile component will remain in the china dish itself, whereas the volatile component will remain in the walls of the funnel. So by using a spatula or by using a glass rod, we can scratch on the walls and we can separate the volatile component. Is it clear, students? What are the thing what we have did? Again, come to the picture. The reaction mixture is taken in the china dish and it is heated using the burner. Now only the volatile component forms vapors and it is coming to trying to come out of this funnel. Because of the presence of this carton, it is not allowed to come out. Now when we cool this reaction mixture, what happens? The non-volatile component will be here, whereas the volatile component will be on the walls of this inverted funnel. So by using these techniques, the volatile and the non-volatile component can be easily separated. Is it clear? Okay. So 3 steps we have seen. Now the processing, it is given in your textbook. Let me read and explain. What is the processing of this sublimation? Already I have explained again. Okay. Now look at the point number 1. What is given? The powdered mixture of camphor and sand is taken in a china dish. Then come to point number 2. It is covered with perforated asbestos sheet. Perforated means holes are made in that asbestos sheet. So the china dish is covered with perforated asbestos sheet. Then come to point number 3. An inverted, I have told you the meaning of the term inverted. Talaigilaga. Okay. An inverted funnel is placed over the asbestos sheet. Then come to point number 4. The open end of the stem of the funnel is closed using cotton wool and the china dish is heated. We have to close the open end of the funnel using a piece of cotton. And we have to heat the reaction mixture. While heating, what happens? The pure vapors of the volatile solid pass through the holes in the asbestos sheet and condense on the inner side of the funnel. When we cool the reaction mixture, what is taking place? Condensation taking place. The vapors are again converted back to their original state, that is to their solid state. Then finally, the non-volatile impurities remain in the china dish itself. So this is the processing which is given in your textbook. Okay, dear students, I have completed the process of sublimation using this video. If you have any doubt, you can approach me anytime. Okay, what are the things we have seen in this video? Separation of components of a mixture. There are 2 techniques we have planned to discuss. What are they? Sublimation and distillation. And sublimation is a process which is used for separating a volatile component from a non-volatile one. And definition we have seen. This is the pictorial representation of sublimation process. And these are the steps involved in sublimation. And this is the processing of sublimation process with an example. I have taken the example of the mixture of sand and camphor. If you are given a mixture of sand and camphor, how can you separate it? So the answer is here. With this video ends. Thank you, students. Learn well.